Hi, this is 10 Words of Wisdom 19B. Are you confused? Don't worry. I know a lot of viewers are out of the loop because last episode, somebody commented saying they'd like to participate, but didn't even know what TWOW was, and it got around 20 likes. If you want the full rundown of what TWOW is, you can watch TWOW 0A, just like you could have before commenting you were confused, but the TWOW is this. 10 Words of Wisdom is a competition on YouTube where I'm the host and the 491 people who signed up in December are the contestants. I haven't decided what the winner will win yet, but I say they win wisdom. I announce a prompt, like, what happened to the 31st of November? All eligible contestants respond to me privately in 10 words or fewer. I collect the responses and then, in the A part of each episode, show them to the viewers anonymously and randomly. The viewers rank them from best to worst, aka first to 10th. In the B part of each episode, the voting results are revealed, and the 20% of contestants with the worst voted responses are eliminated. Then the cycle repeats. As of now, TWOW has gone from 491 contestants down to 8, and we're eliminating them one at a time for suspense. But once a winner is declared and Season 1 ends, Season 2 will begin on its own website, and absolutely everyone can join as a contestant. Okay, now you're caught up. On an unrelated note, I'd like to thank everybody who showed up to our BFDI meetup in New York City, which was a blast. A jacknjellify video about it will probably come out soon. And yes, you caught me dabbing.
Oh no, dude, you're not supposed to look at this.
But it's not my fault. Somebody else asked me to do it. You know who you are. And also, I never mentioned that scrumptious former TWOWer Jennings AsYetUntitled named this cool guy Scary Carrie, and wants credit. Thanks, Jennings. Scary Carrie appreciates your contributions. Also, TWOW was the first to do something that I'm still trying to keep secret for now, until I finish the final version of it. So TWOW, you'll just have to wait until then for your full achievement recognition. Anyway, back to 10 Words of Wisdom. TWOW's 19th prompt was, what is the speed of dark? To which our 8 remaining TWOWers sent in 17 shady responses. 899 voters cast 1,066 votes, which is honestly a lot. Like, a lot! That's the most voters ever, even more than TWOW won. But it's not the most votes ever, because, shiny cowards whiny powers. But thanks for voting so much, TWOWdience. I wonder if we can hit 1,000 voters next time. So like always, we will reveal how each TWOWer did in the order they placed last time. In the horrendously complex TWOW 18, Joseph Howard placed first, which means he got to submit 3 responses. His best scoring response was a pun. I would answer, but these physics are a dark matter. Ha ha ha, so funny, I'm dying, but I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I asked you voters how marvelous you thought this pun was, and you said 57.98%. I am so sad, because Joseph did so well by not answering the question I gave him. Why? I wanted to know your answer, Joseph. Why do you do this to me? Why do you leave me in the dark?
Kill me.
Up second is former frontrunner Tak Ajnan, whose book avatar is the least dark of the bunch. What did Tak think is the speed of dark? Darkness travels the exact same speed as light, only backwards. Okay, straight to the point, I see. Like a ninja, you don't waste time with distractions. Anyway, voters thought your response was better than 50.12% of other responses. That's higher than average, but not too great. In other news, pun offender Joseph Howard just earned a spot into the final 7. Next, we've got Ping Pong Cupshots, who's tragically struggling with an addiction to boosts at the early age of 13. The last few boost-free episodes have been rehab, which I hope has helped. Papuk said, darkness and light both travel at 299,792,455 meters per second. See the similarities? In Otwit Tumit Figgletam's original PM to me, he had quotes around the C to show off yet another pun, since C represents the speed of light. But he used curly quotes, which don't exist in the font I'm using. So sorry, but I warned you before. Hopefully that didn't hurt your score too much, Shing Kong Pup Pots. Let's find out. At 50.54%, you are safe. But only by a cat's hair. 3-time victor Yosoen has gone ultra-violent on us with this hyper-aggressive taunt that is a danger to all kids in the world ever. Depends on how quickly I can knock your lights out. This blatant death threat, along with the fact that the small book he's holding essentially says die on its cover, pretty much ensures that this will get no support from rational voters out there, right? Wrong. With a score of 52.29%, Yosoen actually does better than the majority of other TWOWers so far. At this point, it's pretty clear that another member of the MST Alliance will be going home, because Tech Ajnan hasn't placed high enough to be declared safe yet, and only Spicy, Midge, Midnight, and Meester have yet to be revealed. So it looks like the Joe Ping Soen minority weathers the storm for one more day. Fifth up is SpicyMan33, who I'm just too tired to come up with a new nickname for. He said, try saying dark. It's pretty short, thus about a second. I mean, I get what your point is, but a second is a pretty long time. Let me try saying dark. Dark. Wow, 0.49 seconds? I must be the world record fastest dark sayer ever. Anyway, super slow dark sayer, I mean SpicyMan33, gets a score of 57.45%, giving him a comfortable spot in the final 7, where he can spend his days saying dark painfully slowly. Dark. Sorry, I'm getting a bit carried away, aren't I? But not as carried away as Sam Billinge, who is being carried way up by the Mighty Midge. Our most recent efficiency champion, the Mighty Midge, said, usually 3 to 5 working days, but the postage system is unreliable. Wow, that's the slowest description of dark so far. Almost as slow as Spicy saying dark. Dang it, I gotta stop. Anyway, the Mighty Midge, what score did you get? 54.06%, which means you're safe. We're getting our 2 British TWOWers back to back, which means 7th up is Midnight Light. Midnight was the only TWOWer to attempt writing the word the 10 times as I suggested. The mathematicians, the seas, the orais, mathematically, the orais, the orams, the the refor, hypothesize, 299,792,458 meters per second. I'm kinda sad no TWOWers submitted just 10 these and nothing else. But Midnight, you get bonus points for getting the closest. Oh, not real bonus points, just figurative ones. I don't want you getting addicted to boosts like Papux. Anyway, Midnight, the voters thought your response should get a score of 51.82%, earning you a comfy chair in the final 7 room. And now, we've reached our final TWOWer, Mr. Twister. Either he or Tech Ajnan will be exiting the TWOWniverse today, all depending on whether or not Meester can beat Tech Ajnan's score of 50.12%. Who played the better game? The epitome of stealth and invisibility, or the epitome of light to give us visibility? Well, to find out, we gotta look at Meester's response. 125, the base speed of the fastest Dark-type Pokemon, Darkrai. And just like Papux, Meester used a special character, an accented E in Pokemon, which caused some errors in my response collection program. I warned you guys, don't use anything outside of ASCII just to be safe. But back to the reveal. Mr. Twister, your TWOW 19 score is... Just a second, I need to show you an advertisement for former TWOWer Crafty 7's YouTube competition, the Puffball Games, created by other former TWOWer Tantasar Dean Pizza. Okay, we're back. And Meester's final score is... 57.54%. Might you have gotten first if you'd used a normal E? Maybe, maybe not. We'll never know. But we do know that Tech Ajnan must sadly leave TWOW now. Goodbye, Tech. It's such a shock to see you leave so early, considering that for a good chunk of the TWOW mid-game, you were by far the strongest player. You can depart, knowing that you changed the game of 10 Words of Wisdom forever. People will study your strategy, wondering how you pulled so far ahead of everyone else, despite rarely using puns and never scoring an individual leg victory. You truly were a ninja, Cat, but the last of your 9 lives is tragically ending now. Okay, stats time. Joseph Howard won this time, making him the first TWOWer to win twice in a row ever. Can he go for the triple whammy? We'll find out soon. That also means Yosoan's not the only 3-time victor anymore. While we're on the topic of number of leg victories, let's take a look at the Mighty Midge. With the departure of Tech Ajnan, he's become the only living TWOWer who hasn't gotten a leg victory yet. That means the efficiency curse is still upon you, Midge. The TWOW predictions sort of agree with that, but sort of don't. I mean, just look at how similar the bottom 3's chances are for being eliminated next. It's pretty much neck and neck. Oh, and as expected, Joho surged another 9 points to now have a 36% chance of winning TWOW, which is starting to rival Tak's historic 44% from 2011. Back to the results page. The winning percentile, 57.98%, is the lowest we've ever seen, which means the competition is narrowing. Midnight Light's VVV response was unsurprisingly the most controversial, but Xing's response got a close second. It looks like flashing the massive 9-digit number to the unsuspecting crowd either bedazzles or frazzles them. Boringly straightforward answers found themselves at the bottom of the leaderboard, and the least controversial, with Mr. Twister's response having the lowest standard deviation.
To summarize, here's who's still in and who's eliminated. If you're eliminated, you won't be able to send me any more responses for upcoming TWOW Season 1 prompts.
I mean, you guys did ask me to re-record that, so... Time for a prompt! The 20th TWOW prompt is, what rank should voters give your entry? It's as simple as that.
Idiot. Everybody's just gonna say, please rank this entry first.
I mean, yeah, they could do that, but voters, you can choose to listen to what the entries say, but you can also choose not to. Maybe you value obedience, but maybe you value rebellion. Perhaps you like originality, and will respect the entry that asks for a rank that nobody else is asking for. So, remaining 7 TWOWers, who can now be celebrated on each day of the week, you've got a tough decision to make. Which rank will you request, and how will you make that plea for that rank? You can each submit 2 responses, and Joseph Howard, for placing first, you get to submit 3. Only the best scoring one will count. You have until October 21, 2016 at 10 PM UTC. This time, no extensions. If you don't submit by then, I will, no joke, eliminate you. You might be like, oh, Carrie, such a filthy hypocrite. You took over 2 weeks to make your 12 video, but you punished us for taking more than 4 days? Well, let me just remind you that making a TWOW episode takes like 100 times more work than writing a few 10-word responses. I mean, how many words have I said in this episode alone? Can somebody count? It must be over 1,000, and that's not including the animation and post-production. Anyway, see you in TWOW 20A, when all you viewers get to vote on our final 7 TWOWers responses, and you'll get to listen to former TWOWer Riley's new single.
Freaking fan art. Oh.
Also, these 10 Words of Wisdom videos take a lot of work, especially for a single person. I do all the writing, recording, animating, programming, data visualization, response collection, and editing. So, if you'd like to help me out a bit, why not support me on Patreon? Only donate money if you want to, and even if you don't, these videos will be here for everyone for free. But I'll thank you so much if you do pitch in, because as a college student, I don't have a real job with an income. So yeah, link to that is in the description. Bye!